welcome to another episode of the playonultra podcast. What the fuck is wrong with me? This is episode
Self-conscious.
139.
Ooh, I like that. 1 times 3 times 3.
Yeah. So Sarah's not here. We were trying to get a couple of guests, but they all couldn't make it. So it's just me and Fo today.
A series of plagues.
Yes. So, yeah. Somebody's been playing Monster Hunter World.
Yeah, I played it for a couple hours.
10 out of 10?
I
Game
don't...
of the year?
Yeah. No, it's really good so far. I definitely have dipped the tiniest of toes into it. There's a lot more for me to do. Yes, I've got past the tutorials, and I've done 2 or 3 missions outside of the tutorials.
Solo?
No, I was with a buddy. But the buddy system is kind of terrible. So it's not like a true MMO.
When you say buddy, you mean real person?
First one I know in real life.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So the way it works, it's not a pure MMO. It's not like there's a hub world where you can run around and meet random people. You can host a server or join a server, and the servers I think can hold up to 16 or 20 players.
Ooh.
And those players can basically do whatever they want in that world. They can be in different places. And so what happens is if I go out into the world and I see some monster, I can send up a flare, and then other players can join me to help beat that monster. But the problem is, the part that's actually bad is if I'm in the same it's called a session. If I'm in the same session as my buddy and we want to do a campaign mission, he cannot join my mission until after I have seen all of the cutscenes that are part of that mission. So that might mean he has to wait 10 minutes or more for me to join my thing, because the cutscenes aren't necessarily in the beginning. Cutscenes can trigger when you find the monster. You have to fight the monster for 10 minutes by yourself. It's just not a good system. Even if and that's true.
Would you just prefer anybody can come in and out anytime? This kind of thing.
I mean, I don't know. I just don't. I think he should just join and then get subjected to the same cutscenes as me. Especially because in this instance, every time we've tried, we were both doing the exact same story mission, or we were both trying to. So our workaround, what we ended up doing is we would both just do the mission solo until it got to the point where we could send up a flare and call the other person in. But it just is dumb, because the point of playing together is to play together, and if you can't play together, then you're not playing together. I mean, it's very tautological, but that's dumb. But the gameplay itself is good. Like I said, only dipped the tiniest of toes in, so I have a lot more to see. Right now, I've kind of just been using the dual machetes, which are fun, but I want to try out either the lance or the insect glaive.
Oh,
either of those seem kind of interesting. The glaive seems cool.
I think that's a dot damage or something.
You can send out an insect, which can do various things. It can give you a speed buff or a health buff, or it can give a debuff on the monster. But the main thing that the glaive half of that equation does is it's really good at jumping into the air to do stuff. So there's a thing in the game where if you depending on where you hit the monster, certain damage is counted as mounting damage or something.
Right.
So if you do enough mounting damage, you're on the monster's back, stabbing it. And so the glaive excels at that, obviously. So to me, that makes me think that it's probably, the bard weapon, probably optimal for group play. Because you, in Monster Hunter, if, 3 melee guys are all hitting the monster on the same side, you can collide with each other. So having people spread out, attacking in different ways is what you want to do. So having one guy attacking from the top, one guy melee. Yeah, you can interfere with each other if you're trying to hit it at the same time. So
and it messes with your attack animations.
Yes.
That's interesting. That's a pretty interesting mechanic.
Yeah.
Never played any Monster Hunter games. I'm not sure if
other.
the old games had that.
I have no idea either. This is my first Monster Hunter, so I have no baseline for comparison. I know it's better than Dauntless, but that's not surprising to anybody.
Oh, did you actually play Dauntless?
I did play Dauntless. I played it for
Isn't that the cell-shaded,
more than I played Monster Hunter.
Cell-shaded Monster World Hunter?
Yeah, it's very Fortnite looking.
Right.
So the one, there's a lot of basically everything is worse about Dauntless. Dauntless is actually okay. It's not a bad game. It's not great, but Monster Hunter is better in every single way. But the big way to me in which Monster Hunter is better is, so both games, the cycle that I'm aware of is you go out, you kill monsters, you get resources, you come back, you build armor out of those monsters, go fight a harder monster, repeat. In Monster Hunter, but not Dauntless, one thing you can do is do a mission that's just called an expedition. So most missions in both Dauntless and Monster Hunter have time limits, like go and kill this monster, you have 50 minutes or whatever. Expeditions are, you have no time limit and you have no goal. Just run around, kill whatever monsters you come across, gather whatever things you come across. You can leave whenever you want. And that's just super nice, because if you're just trying to gather like twigs or whatever to make health potions or honey, it's just like, I don't want to have to worry about running down the clock or anything. It's just nice to just kind of go around for as long as you want and farm.
You think the game will work solo mode?
I do. It's not optimized for it, but I think it's okay. We'll see.
Really
Again, that opinion. I haven't played enough to know for sure. That's my early impression, is that it will work solo.
Monster Hunter has always been the game
Could be wrong.
series for me that like I really want to get into it, but it looks daunting to get into.
Yeah,
especially solo, because I don't really play with anyone.
Yeah, I'm curious to see when I'll have a more solid opinion about what the grind is like compared to like World of Warcraft or Warframe or something.
Honestly, it's kind of a bit like Dark Souls for me.
It controls wise, it feels very Dark Soulsy. Like if you tap left, your character like takes a cautious step to the left. Like even though if I just move the joystick to the left and remove my hands, it takes like a couple of seconds for the animation to play out. So it's kind of got that weighty momentum feel.
Heavy,
to it.
yeah. It feels nice though.
Yeah, I like it.
How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels really good.
Does it take getting used to, or
a little bit? Honestly, the feel varies quite differently depending upon which weapon you have equipped. So I've very, very briefly used all of them in like the practice yard. But like I said, the only one I've really played a lot with is the dual machetes.
Right.
Which is like which is probably one of the more mobile ones.
Right.
Yeah. In the top 2 or 3 quicker ones probably.
I think I tried on Monster Hunter for the 3DS, one of the games. It just felt so weighty.
Yeah.
Like a couple of weapons felt really weighty. You need to be really accurate.
I'm curious to see what it's like with the other ones. Because the two that I'm thinking about are not the heaviest. But I did briefly try out like a Buster Sword or a Katana. And those are real slow. But they hit so hard. It's very satisfying.
Right.
So, I don't know.
I think the trailer had like some kind of like grappling hook kind of thing. Is that a thing?
Yes. It is definitely a thing. It's
for everyone?
Yes. It's not really a combat thing. It's basically just used to get around the map easier. Like certain things are grapple. You can't like grapple anything. It's not super frequently used, but it's there.
Can you grapple onto monsters?
You can't use the grappling hook to get onto a monster, but when you're on a monster, it's kind of grappling E, in that you're like having to like hit triggers to like stay balanced and that kind of stuff.
Right. Is it open world? Or is it very corridor-like?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's corridor-like. It's round.
Right.
It's a big valley you run around in. But I've only discovered the first zone. I'm still in the first like mega zone, so
right.
I don't know what percentage that is. I assume less than 20% of the whole island or whatever.
I think one of the things that I couldn't get into is there's no leveling up and stuff like that. It's all
all gear
equipment, yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean, you level up your gear. Yeah, I know what you mean. I wouldn't mind. Some skills would be kind of interesting, but I think
they want to keep it pure.
One thing I don't know is, so like the weapons have somewhat involved upgrade trees, and I don't know if the different upgrades are pure stat differences. There's huge upgrade trees for each weapon. Like each weapon has like there's two main trees. There's like
weapon class kind of thing.
Yes, each weapon class has like 2 core trees, like a metal tree and a bone tree, and each of those trees like branches like 2 or 3 times. So it's like 6 different like final forms of each of these weapons.
So your new lance will have the same upgrades with the old lance, right? It doesn't reset with the new weapons.
I mean, they're cumulative, so like you're
Right,
building
right,
on
right.
top of old upgrades. But also, I believe what the tutorial told me is you can refund the upgrades at any time to get the resources back. So there's
That's
no
nice.
penalty to just experimenting around. Yeah,
And it sounds like you
assuming
can
I read that
optimize
right.
for different fights almost.
Yes, that's definitely true for. I mean, I'm sure that's true for weapons. That's definitely true for armor because the armor can be very like +4 water defense, but -4 fire defense. So obviously, wear your fire armor for the
So
fire
they
guy and whatever.
does it also have like slash, piercing, blunt damage, those kind of thing?
Yes, I don't know. I don't know enough about what those actually mean. So I know when you're fighting a monster, you can knock bits off of them to get
Mm.
like extra loot in addition to what you would
Ooh,
get from when they die.
ooh,
And so
that's
certain
nice.
weapons are, I assume, better at breaking off different kinds of parts. Like
I'm sure that's
I don't know
fucking
anything.
satisfying
Like
to break
yeah,
off. Yeah.
yeah. It was also really cool if you like stun them in the middle of a thing. Like they're about to charge and if you smash their face and like with a hammer and like, oh, I'm not gonna charge anymore. Like yeah, that's what I thought.
Horizon Zero Dawn has that, especially with the bigger robot dinosaurs. There's this like super
That's
freaking
cool.
huge one where it has like rocket launchers on the back of its hind legs, and you can knock those off and then use the rocket launchers against it. It's so fucking fun. It's so good.
That's really cool.
It's really good.
I think there's free DLC, or at least some DLC, to get a Horizon Zero Dawn skin in Monster Hunter.
Nice. I think there's like Street Fighter ones as well.
Yes,
And I think they do events, like timed events, to get certain skins. I think the Street Fighter one was a
probably.
timed event or something. I can't remember.
Okay,
So how does it look? I've always
it
liked the
looks
designs of Monster Hunter.
good.
The armor designs and the monster designs.
Yeah, monsters look really, really cool. They're vaguely dinosaur-like or like weird hybrid monsters.
Like a,
Probably the monsters are probably the best part, which I guess is what you would hope for.
yeah.
The armor's really cool. Like fashion hunter is definitely gonna be a thing. Like it's gonna be
Right,
really
right.
hard to be like, I want the better gear, but the fashion, like that's definitely gonna be a factor. The weapons I find they're okay. Like they're a little samey looking, like along the same upgrade trees. Like I don't know how they'd be much different, but for the most part they're kind of similar, and they're all very very large, which is probably on purpose. But it
Yeah.
looks kind of goofy because like even the smallest, like my machetes, the smallest weapon, they're still like top of my head down to my butt. Like they're like a normal greatsword in a regular game. Because the Buster Sword is taller than you. Like the big swords
Right.
they're huge. They weigh more than you. Like they're bananas. So it's a little goofy there, but not like ruinously so or anything.
So you play Monster Hunter, and I got myself a Switch.
Oh yeah. What are you
Yeah.
playing on it first?
I have two games for it. Now fall games, a couple of digital. So I got like NBA 2K18. Was just wondering like, ooh, NBA on the go, and I just got Shovel Knight. So the two
Cool.
physical games I started with is Mario Odyssey. I keep wanting to say Mario Galaxy. Mario Odyssey, but that's not the one I'm playing now. I'm playing Mario Rabbids. Damn, Mario Rabbids is really good.
I wanted to get that one. That
I
one
really
looked
recommend
really
it.
good.
You like strategy RPGs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the game for you. Yes. Like, just get it. It's so good. It's really cute. It's really funny. It's really colorful. It's harder than it looks. It's like freaking XCOM, but probably not as difficult as XCOM. But it has
Yeah.
that feel. But it also has like an easy mode. Like before a fight, you can click a button if you want it to be an easier fight. What it'll do is
Okay.
it'll heal all your characters plus give you 50% HP. So if you're just into like not having
Oh,
a challenge, it's fine.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. And it's good, I guess.
Actually, I didn't know it was an easy mode. I was just like, I saw the button that press Y for 50% HP. I'm like, okay.
Sure. Why wouldn't I
Why
do
not?
that?
And then I looked it up, and it said it's a
That's
like an
hilarious.
easy mode kind of thing. But there's no like penalties for it. It's just like no bragging rights, I guess. It's just
Sure.
no penalties. And basically, and then you go around the world, and then you do puzzles, and you only get to choose like 3 combatants at once. So for now,
Okay.
I have Mario, Luigi, Rabbit Peach, Rabbit Luigi, and Rabbit Mario. And they have skill
Do you have to-
trees.
You should grind them separately.
Oh no! So basically,
It's shared experience.
there's no leveling up.
Oh.
Certain enemies and certain puzzles will give you skill points basically, and everybody shares the skill points. So if I get like a If I get 20 skill points in this fight, everybody gets 20 skill points, even the ones that wasn't fighting. So that makes it just so much easier. And you collect money to upgrade your weapons, and not to upgrade, to buy new weapons and to buy new secondary weapons. And each turn you can do 3 things. One is movement, one is attack, either with your primary or secondary, because it's different style. Like Mario's primary is like a gun, a mid-range weapon, but his secondary is a big ass hammer that does AoE damage. So you get to pick and choose depending on your distance and stuff. And the third thing you can do is a skill. So Mario has a in XCOM where there's like this skill Overwatch.
Yes, Overwatch.
Right? When you move, it will shoot you, like a defensive stance kind of thing.
Right. It's it's kind of like delaying your action, sort of.
Yeah. So Mario has that skill, and he also has a skill to increase damage for 1 turn. So you have to choose from either one of them. So you get to do 3 things. But the cool thing is the movement part of it, because you can attack enemies with moving, so you can dash into them and slide them. So doing like a soccer slide kind of thing.
That's cool.
You can upgrade that damage. And Mario also has you can also do team jumping. So you go towards your...
That's very Disgaea-esque.
Yeah, you go towards your ally, and then your ally will like vault you over. So you can move a lot, and it's very fun. The freedom of movement is very fun.
Positioning, that's cool.
And there's pipes in the levels that lets you get up to higher vantage points and stuff. And Mario has a jump attack, so you can vault off your ally to do a jump attack that's really strong. So he can slide and dash and then do a jump attack. Some people can dash multiple enemies in the same turn and stuff like that. So movement the freedom of movement is actually really good. Ubisoft really did well with this one. Like really, it's really good.
Nice.
I highly recommend. It's a must play for. It didn't get as much hype as Mario Odyssey or Zelda. I can understand that, but I think it deserves more hype. It's a really good game, and basically I recommend it. If you have a Switch, it's a must buy. Must buy.
Okay.
I haven't tested Shovel Knight yet. NBA 2K feels kind of weird because it's 30 frames per second and the screen is really small compared to what I usually play on, but it's on the go, so I can't really complain. And funny story. So you know how when you get something new, you feel like it's gonna break at any time?
Yes.
Right? So especially with the fucking Switch, when there is this big ass screen thing with all the innards and then 2 detachable controllers, you feel like it's gonna break. So I've held the Switch once before, and at that time I felt it was a little bit flimsy. So this one I was like, I took it out of the box. I wanted to put the controllers on, and I used the exact same amount of force for the left and the right. So I click, I put both of them in. So then I was setting up my account, downloading NBA, and I kept noticing that my right Joy-Con kept disconnecting. And I was like, fuck, please no.
No.
I really hope it's not like a manufacturer fault, like
Yeah.
New unit kind of had to send into warranty kind of thing. It wasn't. I was just being a fucking idiot. I didn't click it all the way.
Oh, good.
Because I was so afraid of breaking it or something. I don't know. But overall, it's actually... now that I'm playing it like almost every day, it's quite solid for what it is. It's actually pretty solid.
Yeah, I've been pleased with it. Actually, I haven't played it in a long time. But yeah, it's very good. It feels good to hold. Like, it's not too heavy.
Yeah.
Screen's
Like
a good
I can't
size.
lie down and like look up.
That's
with
true.
it.
I would
That
not
one-
hold it over my face.
Yeah. Yeah. The Vita, no problems. The Vita is really light. But this one is one of those sit at the table and play kind of thing. But it's portable, so it's like I'm really happy with it. It's
Good.
exceeded all my expectations, I'll say.
So the 4 games you have are Shovel Knight, Mario Rabbids, Zelda, and Mario?
No, NBA 2K Digital, Shovel Knight Digital.
Oh, NBA 2K, of course.
Mario Rabbids and Mario Odyssey.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Okay, no Zelda,
So-
Mario Odyssey.
Yeah. So I am trying to look for, the Zeldas and the Mario Kart and all that shit.
Do you think you're gonna pick up Octopath Traveler?
When it goes cheaper, because stock is really low right now, because they underestimated
Nintendo's
sales.
not known for their sales.
To be fair, this is Square Enix, but also
That's true.
they really underestimated the sales. Honestly, if your game is above average to good, it will sell on the Switch right now.
That's true. Absolutely.
And
For more than it would on another platform.
Yeah, that's right. Like Super Meat Boy sold like the same amount it did when it first released on Xbox Live, which is fucking like how many years ago was that? It was freaking the documentary that I watched. And it's really cool to have all these physical games for indies. Like Dead Cells is coming off of with physical game.
Right.
It's really cool to have those physical games. Kind of feel I want to. The only thing that I'm kind of pissed off is some games are more expensive on the Switch than it is on the PC.
Yes, that's
Like the
why,
literal
and
base price in the USD.
This doesn't make sense, but that is why I haven't bought Battle Chasers for the Switch yet. I haven't bought it on
does
PC
make
either.
sense.
I'm just sitting here
It
in
does
hell.
make sense.
The real Sophie's choice.
Because it's $20 on the PC, $40 on Switch.
It's $40 on Switch. I think it might be 30 on PC. Let me look it
Yeah,
up real
30,
quick.
30. That's a $10 difference. That is not a small amount. That's like,
It's like a whole game for me normally.
yeah.
Yeah, $30 on PC.
So if you take the base price as PC price, they increased it by 33%. Do you agree
Yep.
with parts being, because mobile games do this, what they do is they increase the resolutions and change the control schemes a bit from touchscreen to mouse and keyboard, and when they release it on Steam, it's a higher price than what it is. So if it's a $2 game on iOS, it's a $5 game on Steam or $10 game on Steam. I'm not sure if I agree with that.
Yeah.
I guess because we've gotten a lot of ports by bigger companies, like they port their games to everything, right? Xbox, PS4,
Right.
and they don't charge it any higher because they're already charging $60, $50. Do you agree indies are allowed to do it? Well, I mean, obviously they're allowed to do it, but
Well, yeah, I'll tell you. Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
is the extra work worth that much?
I mean, like, so when you first make a game, you make it for platform 1 and you sell it for X dollars. Theoretically, the profit for that is paying for the work you put in. Like, I mean, and so then you put work to make it on to platform 2, the profit there is paying for that work. It seems weird to me that the act of porting it is more expensive than the act of making it from scratch. Maybe that math's wrong. Maybe I'm missing some vital part of the development process. But it feels weird to me that something would be more. Maybe, like, I mean, there are I can think of a valid reason. Like, let's say like that platform like took some percentage of your cut. Like maybe you were trying to raise the price to cover that cut or something.
Every platform does though. Maybe
Yeah, Steam,
I assume certain platforms take more than others. Steam takes 30%.
I would assume they can't all be equal.
Yeah, Steam takes 30%. I'm not sure what Nintendo and Sony takes. But a game like Puyo Puyo Tetris on Steam, I think it's like $20. On Switch, it's $40. And that's not
It's such a huge
I think
amount.
it's by Ubisoft. I can't remember which one. It's not like a
don't
small
know.
company. It's not like an indie company because it's Puyo Puyo Tetris is like owned IP. And I just find it annoying. But it's cool that the Switch is region free. So there's a I'm not sure what it is. Some people call it a scam. Some people call it a feature. But you can change your Switch region and buy the games from that specific region's eShop.
That's funny.
And that is how I got Shovel Knight for $13 US.
Okay, that's pretty cheap sounding.
It is. The US store sells it for $25 when it goes on sale, usually at $20. and the Japanese one normal price is only 20. So I'm not sure if Nintendo's gonna crack down on that. I'm not sure if Nintendo's gonna ban your account if you do that, but people have been doing it since the Switch released, so I have no clue. But I think it's a cool feature. I do it on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems kind of cool.
So yeah, I have a Switch. I do want to get that 1-2 Switch game though. It's stupid, but I do want it.
It's a really good tech demo. I think it's worth it.
It's a fun
That's
party
some really
game.
cool stuff. Totally.
Just look into your friend's eyes while you're milking a cow.
Or trying to seduce a gorilla.
Oh yeah, seducing. So yeah, what else did you play?
I've been playing a little more Warframe. I spent more money on Warframe, actually.
Ooh.
So for the second time ever, I put some money into Warframe.
And
I
you've been
got
playing
a
for
75.
like, what, 5 years now?
Yeah. Actually, I first started playing back in... I was either a freshman or a sophomore in college. I remember it barely ran on my laptop, so that was like 2009.
Oh, damn.
I have over 500 hours, which isn't a lot compared to most other people. But anyway...
Yeah.
I got one of those 75% off things for my daily login. So I spent it because I'd been messing around with Octavia, and I wanted to buy some of her extra like sound instruments that you can
the sound
pop into her
music
thing.
frame.
Yeah. And then I just sit on a bunch. Then I never have to worry about weapon slots again, I guess is the hope.
Oh, you're talking about... you bought the... What was it? Platinum? Platinum, right?
Yeah, I bought some platinum. Yeah. More platinum than I needed because I could.
Yeah.
So I played a little bit of Warframe. Probably not going to play it for a long time because I'll be playing Monster Hunter World now.
So when are you going to get into WoW? The new expansion pack?
Right. After Monster Hunter. I don't know when. It's
what
so
is
much...
after Monster Hunter though? What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Can you play it concurrently?
Technically, yes. Realistically, probably not. Honestly, like, this is a weird thing. So I got into the beta for WoW. So I played up to the level cap. The level cap that will be the level cap when the game comes out. But I haven't seen everything, but it definitely strongly curbed like my need to play. Because I feel like I've seen most of everything already.
So you're basically taking a break from it?
Yeah. I let my account expire like a month or two ago. Because I was going to wait for the expansion anyway.
The same group of friends that plays WoW and plays Monster Hunter with you?
No.
I mean, there's some overlap, I guess.
There's a little bit of overlap. I think most of the people I play WoW with already played Monster Hunter on the console, and they don't want to replay it on PC.
Right.
Which makes sense.
Only thing I can see getting for PC is better is you don't have to pay for online.
Right.
I'm not sure if Monster Hunter... Because
nice.
certain games you don't have to pay for online when you play on the consoles, on PlayStation or whatever. But I'm not sure if Monster Hunter is one of those games. Yeah.
So I also played... the two games I'm playing on my channel right now are the Paynes Creek Killings, which I think it's the same two games that I was playing before, because I've been really busy lately.
Right.
Yeah, so actually, I'll come back to these games. I've been really busy lately. I'm actually moving this weekend, and then I have like a wedding, and then I have like a doctor's thing, so it's like I'm missing episodes. And then last week I was in Indianapolis for Gen Con, which is a board game convention, which was really fun.
Was that?
A lot of board games. That was really fun.
Did you see...
I'm trying to think what...
Did I shared with... Oh, the Binding Isaac card game. Did you see that?
I don't know that I did. I got to spend less time in the vendor hall this year than I usually want to.
If the Binding of Isaac card game was there, it's probably as a demo.
Probably.
Because the Kickstarter just...
I mean...
It's still going, I think. I'm not sure.
Okay, then maybe it was. I wasn't there. I saw Blizzard had a booth, but I didn't walk over to say hi. I know they were selling like regular playing cards where all of the royalty were like Overwatch characters. Because like in Overwatch, each character has like a spray. They can like a little emote you can put on a wall, and so those were the playing cards, which is kind of cool.
Did you know that Final Fantasy has trading cards now? I mean, it's been the thing for a while.
I'm not surprised.
It's booster packs. You buy booster packs. Like,
of course,
yeah. It's not cheap.
No, that's. I do not enjoy a collectible card game. Like, so, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. So, like, I don't enjoy collectible card games because I don't enjoy, like, gambling. Like, I don't enjoy spending money on
Loot boxes.
random and then not getting what I wanted. I hate that. But on the other hand, the games that are, so the randomness, I believe those are called trading card games because you have to trade cards to get cards you want.
Yeah.
Collectible card games are games where they release new cards in sets, and you just buy the set and you get all of the cards. Or maybe it's multiple like subsets. Like a good example would Magic's a trading card game.
Right.
A good example would be Netrunner. Netrunner is a collectible card game.
I have that one. Oh, okay. So you know what you're getting, is what you're saying, right?
So yes, but the downside to games like Netrunner are, I feel like they get solved way faster. Solved meaning the meta stabilizes really quickly and just stagnates until new cards come out. So it's more money to collect. Yes, it's cheaper, but kind of less fun for that.
Yeah.
So,
but that's the whole point of trading card games, I guess.
Right.
The more money you spend, the better you are at the game, basically, right?
To a level, yeah. Like it's kind of tiered. Like at the top level, everyone's spending the same amount of money, more or less. So it's kind of it's skill and luck there. But like definitely at the lower levels. I remember being like young and playing Magic, and like I wanted a classic card, Wrath of God. It's like one of the earlier cards, just destroy all creatures for 4 mana. I couldn't afford Wrath of Gods money wise, so I used like this crappier card. It's called Flowstone Slide. Doesn't mean anything to you guys, but the point is, I remember sitting there in one particular game with a Flowstone Slide in my hand and not having Flowstone Slide was different enough that it wouldn't do what a Wrath of God would have done in this situation. And I remember thinking, if I had Wrath of God, I could win right now. And I lost because I had Flowstone Slide instead. So it definitely happens. Money does make an impact at lower levels. Yeah. What was I going to say? So card games. Oh yeah, I played, like my favorite board game I think I played was a game called Terraforming Mars, which is it's a game where each player, it's not co-op, but there's not a lot of like the main thing I don't like about the game is there's a kind of a lack of player interaction. So the way the game works is each player is a corporation who's trying to colonize Mars essentially. And different corporations have different bonuses, like maybe like my corporation incentivized me to build cities on Mars. Somebody else's corporation incentivized them to like just build like scientific projects, that kind of thing. So basically, you're each just kind of like picking these cards and building these cards and maybe placing things on a board. So there is some sort of like interaction in that. Like if I place a thing on a board, that means you can't place that thing there or that sort of stuff. But like if you do something on the board, I, for the most part, can't really interact with it. It's mostly just you're building this machine. Like I'm specialized in this thing, and I'm going to build this thing, and it's going to generate me points. And for the whole game, I'm just going to turn this crank, and the game's going to end, and we're going to see which guy's thing generated the most points. So that sounds really dismissive, but it was still really fun. I think what makes it fun for me is just kind of how thematic it is. Like, a lot of the cards are just really cool. Like, it's like, we need water over here. Well, I have a card that means I manipulated an ice asteroid. So the ice asteroid comes crashing into the planet and makes, like, 2 water tiles where I say it does. And so it's these really cool, like, grandiose things going on.
That's pretty cool.
That was cool. Yeah, I liked that.
Was it on sale? I mean, was it selling?
I don't...
Or was it more of an early access kind of thing?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think it was out and for sale.
BoardGameGeek.com, 8.4 out of 10. That's pretty high.
That is pretty high. I think so.
And there is a game on Steam because I was thinking, I've heard of the game on Steam
Off-World
before.
Trading Company? Oh.
No, Terraforming Mars.
Terraforming Mars.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it looks like a board game. It could be the digital version of it.
Yeah.
And like it came out... Oh, it's not out yet, so it's probably the digital version of it.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
I played every year...
cult board game.
Cult board game?
I guess it's a cult board game.
Sure. Every year, my group of friends, we try to play one big game, which is like a 30 to 40 person game. And it's usually... It's not LARPing, but it's kind of like... Do you in Malaysia? Do you have like mock UN in high school where
Not
like,
in high school.
people like
Not
in college you do?
Not in public high school.
Okay, but so you know what mock UN
But
is.
I know
though.
what it is. Yeah.
Okay, it's a lot like that. Where it's like so this year, like last year, it was very mock UN-y, where there were teams of different countries. This year, the game we played is called Sengoku, and so we're each like different tribes, like in feudal Japan, trying to like war or just gain power through whatever means our clan specialized in. And so that was an 8-hour game, so that was kind of fun.
8 hours. Holy shit.
Yeah,
It's a job.
yeah. It's a bit yeah. You bring food.
Is it fun?
It's fun. It's fun because you role play. It's not the game itself is usually very open ended. So the game's like it's just like a loose framework for people to interact in a fun way.
Is the rule set something?
You're not usually playing to win.
Right. Is the rule set something you just find online, or do you buy like props and stuff?
So
Is something
at
on
Gen
sale
Con,
for it?
the way Gen Con works for the most part is you buy your tickets to Gen Con,
Right.
and then at some point before Gen Con starts, you buy tickets for games. And so there's people there who are teaching you to play the game in that time slot. So they have the rules, they have the resources, they have everything. So that's usually why most of the games I play aren't just board games, they're like miniature games. Because somebody like brings in like a huge crate of like terrain and like all these tanks, and then I play a tank game.
So basically,
Or in
you
this
try
case,
to play
the
games that you
Sengoku guy
can't.
had his rule set that I would never want to own because it's just too much material or
But
whatever.
so
Or
you
maybe
can
I don't want
actually
to spend
buy
the time
stuff
learning.
for it.
But yeah, there is also a vendor hall. So most of the games that are played there, you can probably buy there unless they're super old or super new.
So what I'm having trouble with is I can't imagine what kind of stuff you can buy for the Sengoku game.
Yeah, I don't think that's a game. That's not really a for sale game.
So you can just find a rule set somewhere online probably and just reenact your own.
Yeah,
kind of
actually,
thing?
I don't know because it's so like the company or like the group of people who do big games. Like I don't know that they're full-time jobs. So it's like they make money off of it. Like they're like rent us for parties and we'll show up and we'll run this game for you. So I don't know if they just publish their rules online. They probably do though, honestly. I would assume they do. But again, the rules are very, very loose. Like the rules are kind of just there as a method to resolve interactions. They're not really there to dictate what you can and can't do or anything like that. There's a GM to do that sort of thing. Yeah, so that's good. What else? Those tanks were cool. That was cool. I had some really good food. I went to this place where they had pie, and you could order a slice of pie and then have them blend it into a milkshake.
Really?
Yeah, and
Wait,
they'd give
is
you a
this
boba straw to drink it with. You could drink up the chunks of pie crust.
Is this the same pie place that you mentioned like a couple years ago?
No, so there's a pie place in Seattle that I really, really like because it just has it's like a walk-through drive-through. You know, it's just like a window in the wall, and you walk by it, and you order a piece of pie, and they give you a piece of pie, like a really good but very overpriced piece of pie. This was like an average piece of pie, but blended into a milkshake. So that was pretty cool.
So it's like ice cream and milk and pie.
Yeah,
Blended all.
yeah, blended up into a slurry
What
with
flavor
little
did you
chunks
get?
of crust. Mississippi mud.
What is that?
I don't know. It's just kind of like a fudgy, chocolatey pie.
Why Mississippi?
Yeah, I don't know where that's from. So that was that. So back to the game. So that was why I haven't been playing games. And so the main reason I brought it up is one of the games I'm playing, The Paynes Creek Killings, is a first-person, like whodunit puzzle-solving game. It's like a point-and-click adventure game in that you like find an item and you're like, well, where do I use this item? And you like go through the entire world and figure out where to use it because I'm too bad at looking at clues.
So it's more like Myst versus Walking Simulator.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's very good. Like it's cool. Like there's a lot of diaries to read with clues and that sort of thing. But the problem is when you only play it for like an hour a day, 1 day a week for 4 weeks, it's really hard to put clues together. Like I had a whole page of notes, but I just couldn't keep track of anything, and so I just kind of stopped playing. Like today, I recorded the last episode because you can leave the town at any time to try and solve the crime. Like, I'm just gonna try and solve it. I'm just gonna try and solve it.
Cool.
Like I don't. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
I like that open-endedness.
I did not get it right, obviously, but
You just wanted it to end.
I wanted it to end, so I'm relieved it's done, but I'm also disappointed that I wasn't able to give it like an honest shot. Although even if I had been able to, I suspect it was probably tricky, clever, convoluted enough that I wouldn't have been able to solve it anyway, unless I just like played it all like for a day and like got like obsessive notes with multicolored pens and that kind of thing. So that's over. The other game I'm playing is still the same other game I'm still playing called Sojourner, which is a RPG Maker game my friend made. And it's going well. I'm in the third world, which is apparently the last world. And I had to spend a lot of time grinding because things are very hard. But it's still fun. I think I'm almost done. I don't know how much time I have left, but if I edit out all the grinding, I think there's only like 2 or 3 episodes worth of content left. So after that, I have like these Steam keys piling up I have an oddly high number of steampunk games. So I have a game called Steambirds Alliance. I have a game called Airships Conquer the Skies, and I have a game called Airheart in all caps. So those are on deck for the future.
Airships Conquer the Skies? Isn't
Yes.
that the guy from Sweden we had on the show once, like really long time ago when we were just starting out? Right.
Yes. So I don't know why I got a key. I didn't get a key from him. I got a key through like a third party.
Yeah.
So it's just like a key distributor. So I don't know if there's like some new DLC he's trying to like pimp, or if it came out of early access. I didn't know if it wasn't early access.
It's still in early access.
But I'm looking forward to playing it. Okay.
But his screenshots have changed. He probably like have done a lot of updates in the
It's
past couple
been a few
of
years.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
And he's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah. So that's the future.
Nice.
What about you? What have you been playing?
I mostly play Mario Rabbids, and I watched American Gods.
Okay.
Did you
Have
watch
read the
American
book?
Gods? No,
I didn't
have
watch
the
it.
book.
I have read the book.
I bought the book not knowing what it is. I just bought the book like, ooh, Neil Gaiman, and it's cheap. Let's buy it. And
Sure.
that was a few years ago. I still haven't read it, and I was like, but I do like. Then I found out what the premise is, and I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. So I watched the first season on Amazon Prime, and I really like it. But I haven't read the book, so I can't compare. But you shouldn't be comparing in the first place. I have no idea if you want to do that or not. But
Right, you probably don't.
you probably don't. But I think it's
Let me
really
just check.
good. It's really good in a sense. It's a good TV show. I'm not
Okay.
not sure if it's a good, as true to the book as possible show.
Yeah, probably not.
But it's like, it's really psychedelic. It's has really good acting. I can't remember. I can never remember his name. But that guy from John Wick who like kind of runs everything in the background.
Okay. I think, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't know his name at all, though.
I can never remember his name. I don't know why. I need to find it though. Give me a sec. Ian McShane. Damn it.
Oh, him.
Ian
I'm thinking of a different
McShane.
guy. Yes.
Yeah.
I like Ian McShane.
Yes. So he's basically one of the main characters, and the main protagonist is a black guy that I've never seen before in any other show. There's a couple of actors that you know here and there. Overall, it's just really good. There's Gillian Anderson that I didn't know was in there. I just really like it. Super over the top. Really good acting. Really psychedelic sometimes. And I can't believe I have to wait for 1 fucking year for season 2. Season 1 came out in 2017. I watched it now, and next year is coming out. The next year is season 2. So yeah. Castlevania is coming out soon. That's good.
Yes. That'll be super cool.
Yes, that one I'm definitely gonna watch. I think
Also,
Voltron
I'm watching a show. So you just started watching Steven Universe. I have a new
Oh,
show
yeah.
that I think you might like called Star vs. the Forces of Evil. It kind of hits the same tick marks without being as
Star
sappy.
versus the Forces of Evil. The art style is very late 90s, early 2000s cartoon, I would say. It looks
Which
something
one?
that would have been like on Cartoon Network maybe back then.
Oh. I mean,
Maybe
it's a bit like the current popular style. Like it's a
ah
bit like
yeah,
Steven Universe, but stretched out.
stretched
Like
out. Yeah.
things actually have long arms and legs, and but not like the Steven Universe. There's short round things, and then there's big things, and this is
Mhm.
kind of more like in the middle. But they still seem like way big eyes, way big mouths, just kind of exaggerated
So
caricature type
so
stuff.
what is it about? Is it
It's about a princess from a parallel dimension who is sent to live on Earth. I don't really remember why. And she just kind of gets into hijinks with her magic and her buddy and the bad guy who tries to steal her magic wand. And the bad guy is voiced by Alan Tudyk, who I love.
oh. Did you watch?
I'm on season 3. It's gotten real good.
I can't remember the name of it, but it's by the Simpsons people, and they're making like a
Futurama?
magic medieval.
Oh, the new one. I will watch it when it comes out. I think it's a Netflix original that airs early
Oh, so you know what you're
September.
talking about.
Y-
So
you're
you
talking
know
about
what
the
I'm talking about,
yeah, the D&D type fantasy Simpsons
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yes, I will definitely give that a shot when it comes out.
Nice. I think Voltron is also out with a new season. I think. I need to look it up. Okay, so that's it. I watched a lot of American Gods and played a lot of Mario Rabbids, which is a good couple of weeks. I'm not complaining.
Oh, Venture Bros. Or season 7 started airing. That's
your
great.
thing, yeah.
It's my thing.
Good. I think we're gonna try to start watching Preacher.
Okay, I should resume that. Because so there were 3 shows that kind of came out. So there was 2. There was Preacher, and there was Dirk Gently. And I stopped watching both, but Preacher was actually good. So I should continue.
Oh, really?
it.
Okay.
I mean, it was not like okay. Again, like it wasn't a super good adaptation of the comic book, but I still really liked it. It's still.
It's a difficult comic book
hidden.
to do, I guess.
It's pretty graphic.
Yeah.
It's kind of like in your face, like, oh, you know what's edgy? If we show you the Pope and he's bulimic. It's like, okay, thanks, comic book. Real insightful. Makes me real think. But it's good. It's a good comic book. It's just it tries real hard.
So there's another show on Prime Video. I don't think it's made by Amazon, but it's called Philip K. Dick's Electric Dreams.
I don't know that, but that sounds sweet. I like Philip K. Dick.
Yeah, he wrote the what Electric Sheep?
Blade Runner, basically.
Yeah, Blade Runner. Yeah.
Yeah, do androids dream of electric sheep?
Yes.
Among other things.
So I guess this is based on the short stories from one of sci-fi's most prolific authors, yada yada yada. Sounds
It's
cool.
an Amazon Prime thing.
It's on Amazon Prime for the US, but it premiered on Channel 4 in the UK. So it's not like a Prime original, more like it's exclusively on Prime, I think.
I see.
But I think I want to try watching Preacher first. Is it really gory? I can stand some gore, but not too much.
So again, I didn't watch the whole thing. It wasn't too bad. The only gore I remember seeing was the one character being a vampire, but I did stop watching before. This is maybe a mild spoiler. In the comic books, there's a character who owns like a butchery, and he makes like a giant woman out of meat, and he has sex with it.
Oh yeah, I think I remember reading that.
I
in the
did not
comics.
get that far in the show. That guy, the guy who plays that character, he plays the bad guy in The Tick. He plays Rorschach in Watchmen. He's in RoboCop 2. He's just kind of cool actor guy who I like.
Oh. He was
Rorschach in Watchmen is obviously his most famous role.
Oh, that's the guy from The Tick?
He was the main. Yeah, well, in The Tick, he's got so much makeup on.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that was him.
I loved him in The Tick.
Yeah, it was good.
He was good. Yeah. Okay, so yes, Voltron is also out, so I know what I'm not watching next.
He.
Interesting enough, Season 7 is a full 13 episodes. Season 3 to Season 6 has been 7 to 6 episodes.
Have they been shorter before then? Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, Season 3 to Season 6 has been like half
I wonder
seasons.
what's different.
Maybe I have no idea. Had more time, had more budget maybe. So yeah, do some news. Let's do some news. Let's start with IGN stealing a review.
Oh, I did not hear this.
So Dead Cells just recently came out of early access, so everybody's clamoring to review it, right? So there's this small-ish YouTuber. When I say small-ish, is bigger than us, but
that's a very low bar.
Smaller than say Philip DeFranco or whatever. I think now he has like 50k subscribers.
James Franco's brother.
From this whole debacle, probably. So basically, Boomstick Gaming released a video review on YouTube for Dead Cells, and IGN, the IGN lead editor for Nintendo. So he was doing the Dead Cells review for the Switch, I believe. So this guy basically stole Boomstick Gaming's review for IGN. So then IGN so then the YouTuber made a video saying, IGN stole my review, what can I do? The internet being the internet caught up on it, and then IGN was like, fuck, we're gonna bring the review down and we're gonna investigate. And then they basically fired the editor and said sorry.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So basically, they say, we take our review process seriously. We apologize to our readers, developer Motion Twin, and most especially the YouTuber known under Boomstick Gaming. So yeah, there were too many similarities, so they basically released the guy. So it's not really IGN's fault. It's just like one guy going rogue.
Right. One guy going lazy.
Yeah, probably spend way too much time doing something else, or maybe whatever. And then people like, he really screwed it up because the past IGN lead editors for the Nintendo portion of it have gone on to work for Nintendo.
Oh.
Like the past 2 or 3. So I'm not saying he would have done that, but he would have gone on to like bigger things. But plagiarism is something that will never die ever.
No.
When you go to an interview, you look it up and like, motherfucker. Especially when the internet all collectively hates you, it will never go away. So yeah.
Yeah.
So IGN. Another interesting one is Discord is gonna open a game store.
Yes, I saw this one.
Which is interesting. So another store. Basically, the interesting part of it is there. Discord has like a premium subscription kind of thing. Discord Nitro or something. I'm not sure what you get.
Oh, I saw that. I don't know what it is.
But basically, it's like it's been around for a while. It's not just for the store, but now if you have a subscription, they're gonna do that Twitch Prime thing where you get a bunch of games every month. So like a humble monthly subscription, like a Twitch Prime subscription, you get a bunch of free games. I'm not sure if it's gonna be DRM free or not, the games. But the most interesting to me is they are also looking to fund indie developers, and in return,
that could be cool.
In return, they
own them.
In return, they would like to have the game for a 90-day exclusive kind of deal.
Oh,
for Discord store.
Interesting.
It is interesting. It's good that it's only 90 days. And
yeah, I can wait that long.
And another channel for funding for indie developers. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah,
but some people were like, 90 days is 90 days too long. basically.
I mean, so if you're like a YouTuber who has to have the new hotness thing, that just means you now have to pay for Discord Nitro.
No. The Discord store, you can literally just buy games like Steam.
Oh, okay, without
Discord Nitro is just a premium subscription on top of that,
Gotcha.
and then you get more freebies with that. So yeah, but yeah, basically they were like, oh, opening a new store, that's good competition. Paying people to make games and having it exclusively for 90 days, that's not good for competition. And I'm like, but it's only 90 days? I really can't see. Like, certain games with Sony, they do it for 1 year. Sony and Xbox. They have like a 1 year console exclusive thing before it comes out to like on PC and other places. 3 months is better than 1 year, I guess. I guess the alternative is those games will never be made.
Yeah.
Is that the alternative?
Yes, I think that's the alternative we're supposed to make.
Yeah, that's true. We're supposed to make. So yeah, Discord, that's interesting.
There could be other ways of funding. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems like a good thing on the whole to me. Not to say it's not without some drawbacks, but I think it's a net positive.
They also took note that Discord has 160 million users, which is a lot of users.
It's a lot of guys.
And
People didn't need to be sexist.
And opening a store to sell more shit, that's probably a good business idea.
Yeah.
To these 160 million people.
I think
how
Steam
much alone is like less than 10 million. I think Steam is less than 10 million. I'm not too sure, but it's not 160 million.
That sounds lower than I would have thought, but it's believable.
So the next thing is Oh, okay. So I'm not crazy. I am crazy. There are over 125 million active Steam accounts.
125 million. Okay, that's a lot.
Oh, I think the number that I was thinking is concurrent users online at any given time.
I see.
Kind of thing, which is still low from 125 though.
I mean, yeah, it's not an even distribution across all time zones. So yeah, I don't know.
But market potential is there. 160 is still more than 125. So it'll be interesting to see. So yeah, everybody's gonna have their own store now. Fuck.
It's like so. I have Amazon Prime,
right.
So I therefore have Twitch Prime. So I got a whole bunch of free games.
But do you actually go?
No, I'm probably never going to.
You should have done it for last month. Like seriously, the games were really good.
I claimed them all. I went in and I claimed them, but I have to install the Twitch desktop app and then install. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Unless I really want to play one of those games, which I need to go look at what they are again. But none of them.
The only good thing about the Twitch desktop
app
is
fine games.
You can download them and then you don't have to open it ever again. Just open it through EXE because they're all DRM free. So that's
pretty
thing.
Cool.
Yeah. But the shortcut that the game, so when you install it through Twitch Prime, the shortcut that you choose to create on the desktop through the installation through the desktop app is not the EXE file. It's the shortcut to open Twitch Prime to open the game. So delete that and then just create a shortcut directly to the EXE file because it's all DRM free. So that's cool. So the next one is really shitty news. Have you ever used EmuParadise?
No. What would I use it for?
To download emulations and ROMs.
Ah, okay. I think I saw this article. I don't think I read it.
It's pretty much gonna close down.
That's a shame.
That's a shame.
I mean, honestly, it's kind of about time in the sense that I don't know how they got away with it for so long. That's true. It does suck.
So many is closed down. I think Cool ROMs is not a thing anymore. That's the one I used all the time back then.
Well, I've used Cool ROMs at least once.
And then Love ROMs became a thing for a while. So yeah, EmuParadise started 18 years ago, and it's now closing down. So yeah, that sucks.
I don't know, taps.
One last
Who
piece.
was it who
What?
actually caused them to come down? Was it Nintendo? Who
It's
is
more of
the main force?
He wrote a really long letter that I'm not gonna read, but I think
Okay.
they're closing it down before anything happens.
I see. They probably got like some letter.
Probably. Yeah, they probably got a letter. But yeah. Last piece of news is the shittiest one. Saved it for last. League of Legends, Riot Games, and the culture of sexism. Why is anybody surprised?
Have I told you any of the crazy CCP games stories my coworker told me?
I thought your coworker worked on Halo. Oh, you have another coworker that worked at CCP.
I have ex Halo worker Bungie. I have ex CCP. I've got ex Riot guy. Ex Riot guy's pretty cool. He's not super sexist or anything.
CCP is Eve, right? Eve Online.
Eve Online. Yeah, he had the craziest stories.
What kind of stories?
Anyway, okay, I'll give you one story.
Okay.
His favorite story that he liked to tell was the time where a man lowered his pants and slapped another coworker in the face with his penis at an office dinner party, and he didn't get in trouble because the guy who got slapped had dared him to. Like, yeah, what'd you expect? You dared him to do that, and he did it.
Did that guy get on a chair, or did the other guy get on his knees?
I don't know mechanically how it worked. I think the guy was sitting down. The slappee was sitting down.
Okay, that makes sense.
At a table.
And that's legal. So you dare someone to do something.
I mean, he could probably still press charges if he wanted to, but I feel like in a normal office setting, there is almost no lead up that could justify that action. I mean, maybe if we discover some weird disease and that's the only cure, and you have to do it within a minute.
On House MD, dick slap disease.
But realistically, I cannot conceive of that being okay in a regular setting. Like in a public place, at an office.
The only place that
event.
It would be okay would be a gaming company.
I guess so.
And maybe some Silicon Valley companies. At least
Sure.
startups, maybe.
Tesla. No,
Tesla just going around slapping everybody with his dicks.
Easy target. Anyway, what's wrong with Riot Games?
What is not wrong with Riot Games? So Kotaku did basically they investigated for a few months, talking to employees, talking to ex-employees anonymously and non-anonymously.
Kotaku.
Yep. It's actually a really good report, really good article, and pretty long, and took Cecilia, this Kotaku writer, a few months to, basically collect everything. Okay, where do I even start? So, stuff like at interviews, the male interviewer will ask the female interviewee, how big is your E-pin?
What's an E-pin?
E-penis.
Is that like your...
Gamer credentials, basically?
Okay, I see. Like, I've beat Dark Souls blindfolded. That kind of crap?
Yeah, okay.
That's weird.
But they've gotten statements
It's
from
even weird from male to male.
If male to male doesn't really happen.
Yeah, that makes it a lot worse. But like,
is it
that's
though?
just a weird freaking. I mean, so it's a bad question. It makes it worse that they only ask it to females.
That's true.
Yes.
But you're not surprised that they only ask females, right?
I mean, I kind of am. I don't know. I didn't really think Riot Games was super sexist until now.
They made League of Legends. So basically,
True.
They number one, they want people who are really into gaming and very bro culture-y. Like their fan base.
I should ask my friend to confirm. Yeah, exactly. They're just trying to recruit their fan base.
Send your friend this article and get your friend's opinion on it. That would be
He's so
interesting.
nice. I don't want to. I don't want to make him sad.
Though.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
I
bet he wouldn't. I bet he's so nice though. I bet he wouldn't want to like talk bad. You know, he just wouldn't want to be part of that.
That's
but
true.
I could ask him. But I don't want to be the guy to try and like instigate garbage.
That's true. And
We'll
also, one woman said stuff like, one woman said that she put out an idea with like all the graphs, charts, explanation, all that shit in a meeting, and everybody like, oh, that's a fucking stupid idea, ha 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 ha. So what she did was she went to a male colleague a few days later for another meeting and said, tell them exactly what I said. The same idea, same everything, exactly the same. Guess what happened?
You got a promotion. Best idea ever.
Best idea ever. High fives in the background, dick slapping, whatever video game developers do to celebrate after meetings. I'm assuming now all meetings end with dick slapping because of Foehamner. So another thing was an email was being passed around on who is the best female colleague to fuck.
Jesus.
I really wish Sarah was here. I really wish she was.
Like, I mean, okay, so ethics aside, like, as bad as that is, like, let's assume, okay, how can you work at like a technical company and not realize that leaving an email trail is a terrible idea? That's just, I mean, they're evil and stupid. I guess those things go hand in hand quite frequently, but I'm not prepared.
I have read and I think watched a couple of scientific videos on this before. When you masturbate, you become stupid. I think this is similar. Like when you masturbate and somebody comes into your room, you just like stare at a person's eyes while holding your dick. Let's say if you're a guy, you just like you go blank for a while. Your brain just like focuses on the gratification of sex. I think this is the same application, maybe.
Oh man.
So yeah, after this report came out, after Riot learned that there were reporters talking to like ex-employees and current employees, they changed certain things on their website saying like, we are always open, we are zero tolerance policy against discrimination, harassment,
sure,
blah 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 blah. But employees have also said that they have come down really hard, saying, remember the NDA you signed? Can you actually do that?
Is that legal? Not what an NDA is for. I
thought the NDA is like, don't tell anybody about this game that we haven't announced.
It's like intellectual property type stuff.
So can you NDA somebody
from relevant stuff?
No, you can NDA somebody if they take a settlement, right?
If they do what?
If they take a settlement, like a sexual harassment lawsuit, can you do NDAs for that?
Yes, that is true.
But this is an NDA in general that I guess they gave when you signed a contract to work there.
I guess it's possible that could be part of their NDA that everyone has signed. I suspect it's not, and they're just grasping at straws.
Yeah. Also, the list of like who to fuck and all that, they were like, oh, you made it onto the list, almost like it was a compliment, telling the actual woman that saw the actual email saying it was a compliment, because it was senior management and senior people that were saying who they want to fuck. So if you work at Riot Games and senior people want to fuck you, it's a compliment.
Oh,
that makes it
that's
all
gross. I don't have the vocabulary to describe how gross that is.
Also, it's so bro culture that one former male employee said that Riot's bro culture is more pronounced behind closed doors and hurts men too. One of Riot's male senior leaders regularly grabbed his genitals, the source said, adding if he walked into a meeting with no woman, he'd just fart on someone's face.
What? How do you not get arrested? What's this guy? What's he like outside of his job? How's he just getting constantly beat up?
I really hope nobody in that company is married and have kids.
Got pink eye. Jeez. Don't invite that guy to meetings.
Yeah, but he's a senior lead.
I'm gonna call into this one, guys. Fart face McGee's coming.
And I don't mean to generalize, but I'm gonna do it anyways.
All people who fart in faces are dumb.
The Riot Games co-founders, they look like the kind of guys who would thrive in a bro culture. I'm just saying. Very bro-like of them. They literally look like bros. So yeah. And a lot of these ex-employees, they have never came out before on their Twitter handles and stuff because they fear backlash from the fan base. I wonder why. I wonder what would have led them to that.
But the kindest, gentlest, most understanding, and heartwarming fan base in the world.
Ever. Undertale fans look like Nazis next to them.
Undertale fans, I don't think are like evil. They're just annoying.
And they're very defensive.
Like, they're not toxic. They're defensive, yeah.
They're super defensive when somebody doesn't like Undertale, let's say. That kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah, but they're not like gonna belittle you. Which is
more toxic, Undertale or Steven Universe?
I feel like Undertale's kind of almost died down.
I mean, at the height. At the height of it.
Yeah.
Which one was more toxic? Steven Universe had all that Tumblr stuff. Undertale also had
I feel like Steven Universe. Because
fan artists were constantly getting harassed, right?
Yes.
For their own interpretation of the characters.
You drew this fat character skinny. You're a terrible person.
Yeah, that's the one I remember the most.
You should kill yourself. Because that's how we talk to human beings about things like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Steven Universe, final answer.
Rick and Morty versus Steven Universe?
Oh, jeez. Again, I feel like...
Annoying. It's just mostly annoying.
It's hard. Yeah, I feel like Rick and Morty is mostly just annoying, but they definitely are on a whole nother level of annoying. Because it's the Undertale is annoying just as like defensiveness of the game itself. But Rick and Morty is annoying because the worst examples of that fan base think they are better human beings than other people because they watch Rick and Morty. It's true. I've seen the memes that I do not think were ironic, unfortunately. They just think they're like, God's gift to mankind because they get the hidden jokes that only good people would get.
Those really deserving hidden of life. Jokes, though?
No, I mean, there's clever jokes. I mean, there's jokes that are cleverer than the jokes that you would get from Full House with Three's Company. Like,
so you mean comparing it to like a 3-camera sitcom?
Yes. There's no laugh track.
Obviously.
But it's not. I wouldn't say it's cleverer than, a lot of other clever things.
Right.
It was a good example. I think Benjamin was pretty clever. Futurama's got some good math jokes in it. Like, I don't know.
Math jokes that totally fly over everybody's head.
Rick and Morty is just, it's irreverent, and the main character is very arrogant. So if you idolize him and you want to be like him, you probably shouldn't.
I watched a couple episodes. Is the point of Rick and Morty being so... Are they parodying nerd culture or something?
I think it's first foot... No, I don't think it's parodying nerd culture. I think Rick and Morty's first foot forward is a satire. Like, each episode is kind of a satire of, like, a sci-fi trope, generally, I think.
So, yeah, don't fart in anybody's face. It's just rude.
Is that sexual harassment or just harassment?
I have no flatulent.
Only if it turns him on, I guess.
That's true. If you get a hard-on from farting on somebody's face, that's sexual harassment, right?
I think so. But what if they get a hard-on for you
Especially
farting in
after
their
farting,
face.
you just like, twist your body to slap them in the face after that. With the dick. Nobody's surprised, but it's always a good thing to get confirmation. You know what's the best thing about this news? The gamer gators that have been hibernating in their cocoons are now coming out.
Oh, that's the...
When I say best thing, I mean the worst thing.
Right.
So yeah.
I'm actually... League's been holding on a lot longer than I thought it would. I guess there's a lot of money in there.
Yeah.
Like my friends who I play WoW with, in their downtime between WoW, they still play League every day.
Every day?
Yeah, like because we have a Discord channel, right? And they're always like, "Hey, anyone in for League?" And I never say yes. I mean, League is a fine game. Not knocking the game itself, but I don't play it currently. But they still play it a lot. So it's tenacious.
27 million people play the game daily. It's a lot.
Yeah.
This article was in 2014. Okay, that don't count. Fucking Forbes, man. I'm sure there's still like millions of people. If there weren't, we would be hearing news about them closing offices and stuff.
That's true.
So yeah, I'm dry.
Also, I bet Riot has other stuff they're working on. Like, I would expect in the next couple of years to see some new game from Riot.
Do you think it's gonna be another mobile? It's gonna be a freaking battle royale game, right?
It will probably have a battle royale mode. If it comes out soon enough. If it doesn't come out soon enough, maybe hopefully it won't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm so tired of survival games.
Yeah.
I heard 7 Days to Die is gonna is next up on the chopping block for like the next hot thing, because it's coming out of
how old is that?
Some patch. I don't remember. 7 Days to Die has been in early access for a while. Like, I played it like 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's the one that you like, right?
No. Yeah, it's a pretty decent game. But I mean, that's why I'm tired of the genre, because I played it a bunch and I played like a little bit of a couple others. I'm like, I get the idea. These are all the same game.
Pretty much.
And they're all in early access, so they all have different bugs.
Yeah. So I'm dry with news. If you want to bring up anything, this would be the time.
I had the storefront thing from
Discord?
Discord. I don't know that I had a whole heck of a lot else. I haven't really been reading the news lately. I guess non-game wise, there was that show I'm looking forward to. Let me say I posted it in our channel. It's a Netflix original called Maniac. Yeah, starring Jonah Hill and Emma Stone. And the idea is two people.
I like Emma Stone.
I do too. And I generally like Jonah Hill too. Those two people, they sign up for like a drug trial because they want to get fixed or whatever they think is wrong with them. And they start having like these trips. Or maybe they're not trips, I don't know. But basically, they keep meeting each other in like all of these like very different settings. It's like, one time it's like in a Cold War like war room. One time it's like a Lord of the Rings like elf and dwarf meeting. One time it's like something completely different. So I'm really curious what it is. It definitely is a drama, not a comedy.
I am more interested
in
it
now. It looks kind of sci-fi-y.
Because it says here on Wikipedia at least, dark comedy.
Yeah. Dark comedy, okay.
That was not what I got from the trailer at all.
No, I did not see humor at all.
I thought it was going to be like a psychological thriller kind of thing.
Yes, that's what I thought and expected. But I will settle for dark comedy if it's accurate and good.
Yes.
That being said, it's Netflix. Netflix is horrible at tagging dark comedies. I have watched multiple movies because they were tagged as dark comedies on Netflix, and they were garbage.
What are they so that I don't have to watch them?
The only one I remember right now is, I think it was Peter and Max?
Peter and Max?
It was just dark. Nope, not Peter and Max. Peter and Max is a Fables book that I have read. Dark comedy, blank, and
Fables as in
Max?
Fables?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mary and Max is the movie. Do not watch Mary and Max. I watched it because it's a dark comedy, and it was claymation, which are two things I like. It was
interesting.
I mean, it's weird. It's dark. It's definitely dark. I just didn't see humor. Like, I didn't even see a thing that I thought another person would find funny.
It's Australian, mate.
Oh, maybe they got a weird sense of humor. I don't know. Like,
Maybe.
so, like, the climax of the scene is Mary hanging herself while she's pregnant, and Key Sarah plays in the background. And it's just bizarre and
Philip
weird.
Seymour Hoffman is in this thing.
I mean, it's got good production values. It's just, so then the premise is a woman in Australia and a mentally retarded man in New York City become pen pals.
Ah.
And you kind of just see glimpses of their lives and how they both basically just suffer.
Funny, I guess.
Yeah. So I'm not knocking it as a movie. I did say it was garbage. I shouldn't say it's garbage. It's not dark comedy to me.
You felt
it's not something.
You felt like it was being tagged.
I want
wrongly.
Harold and Maude. I don't want Mary and Max. Harold and Maude's the first thing I think of. I think of dark comedy. I don't know what else I think of as second. Is it Harold and Maude? Is it Harriet and Maude?
There's a new movie called Crazy Rich Asians that's getting really good reviews. It's based on a book.
Okay.
It's based on a book that I find personally annoying because crazy, Asian. But it's getting really good reviews. It has the mom from Fresh Off the Boat. Fresh Off the Boat.
Okay.
I
didn't watch it. I know of it, but yeah, I know of it. But okay.
She plays the leading actress in that with some guy, whatever. Doesn't matter. But yeah, American romantic comedy drama film based on a novel of the same name.
Is this a in theaters movie or is it like a Netflix original movie?
Cinema movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to keep an eye out for it.
Basically, couple of people met during their studies, and then the boyfriend brings the girlfriend back to Singapore to meet the parents, and she finds out he is stinking fucking filthy rich, like super filthy rich, like
okay,
coppers made of $100 bills kind of rich.
Okay.
Yeah, those kind of rich. Yeah. Interesting premise, I guess, but a lot of people are liking it. So yeah.
So it's a comedy?
It's a comedy.
Like a slice of life comedy, or not slice of life? I don't know what you call that. Rom-com comedy, maybe.
Yeah, basically, rom-com. Asian rom-com, which I don't think I've ever seen one before. American Asian rom-com.
I'm not exposed to a lot of those.
I don't think there's such a thing, unless made for TV movies, maybe Netflix movies.
Maybe.
So yeah, I'm dry. You want to bring up anything else?
I don't think so. I'm not even sure what I'm looking forward to in the future. Like movie-wise, I don't know. Show-wise, I don't know.
My life.
The future's bleak. No, I got a lot of stuff on my plate. I don't know. Nothing new right now.
I'm gonna be watching Voltron Season 7. Playing more Mario Rabbit.
Season 7? That came out real friggin' fast. I thought it was like on Season 3.
Because they've been doing that, each season is not really a full season, half season kind of thing.
I guess that helps.
So they're releasing it really close to each other. So in 2000... God damn it, when I need the information, it's not in my face. Okay. So in 2018 alone, 3 seasons. 2017, 3 seasons. 2016, 1 season.
3 seasons a year. I wish other shows set that up without diminishing in quality.
I wish American Gods would do this, but yeah. So yeah, let's wrap up.
Okay.
Sarah's not here, so you have to do it first.
I'm Foehamner, and I'm on YouTube, but I'll be taking basically a half hiatus, I think, as I'm just really busy this month. But I will be putting out content occasionally there. You can also follow me on Twitter.
Are you gonna make Monster Hunter World content?
I'm not planning on it. I don't do Like so,
You can
like Sojourner
stream it,
edited out
maybe.
all. There's not really a story. Yeah, I could stream it if that was a thing. I did. That's not a bad idea, actually. The trouble is, with the downside to me for streaming is I don't have any subscribers on Twitter, and
Twitch, you mean?
sorry, on Twitch, Twitch, yes. So to get, I have to stream on YouTube Gaming, or
Right.
stream to both, and then monitor both chats. So usually what I just do is I just stream to Twitch, and nobody watches. I talk the whole time and blow my voice out. Which I did for the WoW beta, actually. I did like a 3-hour stream for the WoW beta when I first started
You
playing.
did?
Yeah.
I didn't get anything.
I mean, I didn't post it anywhere. I don't like self-advertising. So, subscribe to me on Twitch, I guess, and you'll see the when I do like a stream every
Is that balance?
3 months.
Do you want people to watch you, or do you not want to be an asshole? I don't know.
Exactly. It's a real hard
Balancing
thing
act.
to do.
I think it's fine. I think
Yeah.
it's fine to self-advertise because you're not the,
I think it is too.
especially because you're not the farting on face kind of guy. So I think it's fine. So yeah, I'm Pupunoob, Pew Pew, and will be everywhere. So yes, hopefully Sarah will be back for the next episode, and we will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Bye bye.
Bye.